tighter margins and less wiggle. Yeah. All right, cool. And then, cool. Yeah, so this is what we'll be teaching you today. Lockpicking. I assume all of you have seen lockpicks before. It's a pretty classic thing to see. I actually want to buy me one of these cards when they go on sale on ThinkGeeking. But lockpicks are pretty much the easiest way to get past the tumbler lock design. Not really the easiest, but they're the longest lived and most classically understood. Oftentimes you see people make these out of different types of like just hairpins or stuff like that. I'm going to pass around an example of one of the lockpicks and also this other piece. Anyone but Charlie know what this is?
It's a torsion wrench.
Yes, what does it do?
It provides torsion to the tumbler thing, so
you know what I'm doing.
the pins get stuck, and like they get stuck in the little top part.
Yeah, pretty much. So when you look at how this works with all the different tumblers, if you can just rack the center cylinder just a little bit and keep tension on it, then when I push a pin through, oftentimes the little ledge of the pin will kind of get caught on that middle thing. So the way that the lockpicking works is pretty much just manipulating that fact by sticking in a really small torsion wrench, putting a little bit of pressure on it, and then kind of just like having at the pins and raking back and forth and pushing them until you either hear clicking or it gives. And having this extra tension on it is what allows you to kind of hang those upper pins on top of the cylinder and keep it from locking. It is also the major source of the largest piece of frustration with lockpicking. To sound when you're like, I don't know if I'm making progress, or maybe I'm going the wrong way, and I accidentally let the torsion go on the little torsion wrench, and then you hear click, 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 and that's all of the sounds of all the little tumblers going back, defeating all of your work in progress. But yeah, that's what that's for. Oftentimes what you'll find people do is they'll get a paper clip, and if you're stuck having to do this pretty much, you can get your paper clip or hairpin if you're so inclined, and at the very end, you just make a really tight U, and that is kind of enough that it won't rotate inside the lock, and you just use that to kind of add a little bit of torsion. And then yeah, the rest of it is just make a long little break at the end with one little pointer. There are a bunch of different types of picks actually. This is most commonly called a rake, which is like just it has a bunch of different kind of teeth on it that you kind of rake back and forth, and you rake against the little pins in the hopes that you will unlock it. And then the rest of them, I'm sure they have names. I don't know the names offhand. The major thing is just these are lock picks and these are torsion wrenches. The fact that torsion wrenches actually come attached to this card is also pretty cool. I like that, which is why I like it. But where'd you get you have a card?
I have I got it on a nice, like with a nice purchase online at some like random nice store.
Yeah. Don't pay too much. It's just like spring steel.
Yeah. It's really cheap.
Yeah.
So $5.
So if you're rich or you're a professional criminal, this is your best bet actually. So lockpicking guns are stupid fast. I've never gotten to play with one, but you effectively take and you like have it automatically either smash or rake the pins for you. So you see people do this, I can pull up some videos later, but effectively it just vibrates the thing for you. It oftentimes is entirely on its own spring, so you just put the gun in and rotate it a little bit. And in the size of like a welder soldering gun, you can effectively break into most tumbler locks. And yeah, the fact that it just does it faster than you is mostly because it just vibrates faster than you. And because it's one-handed, you don't have to really worry about having a torsion wrench on it, because the torsion wrench is kind of built in. So that's a fun aspect. This is also something you've probably seen in movies a lot. It's called a Slim Jim. It's used for opening up cars. Who wants to bet he's going to say, don't do this?
All right, hey there, YouTube. I'm going to make this kind of quick because it's starting to rain and it's getting dark. You need to be able to see what I'm doing. This is a video for those of you punching around on YouTube trying to find out how to use a Slim Jim to open your vehicle, and none of the videos seem to be working for you. Well, that's because there is no universal application for one of these things. Although everybody seems to have the exact same idea with them. But you gotta stick it in about 7 inches from the hinge part of the door on the passenger side and get down in about a foot, working way back and forth, sometimes angle at 15 degrees. not the case with all vehicles. This is a 78 Firebird, just picked up. And with it, all you do is line your swim gym up, this lock right here. All you're gonna do is get it down here. And, oh, and push it, she'll open right up. There you go. Simple, easy. Nothing like all the rest of the videos tell you. There you go. Boom. And there it is.
So this is actually how oftentimes like police officers or firefighters will occasionally open doors. Like if you lock your keys in the car and you call someone, this is how they'll open it. It kind of is a relic of the way that car doors are, to a large extent, still made. The window pane is effectively just held up by a bunch of rubber rollers. So that's what like electric windows do. It just kind of rolls it up. But the actual door mechanism usually doesn't have any extra plates or anything between it and the little seal. So you just put this piece of metal down, and then you're fishing around for a cable. It'll have a little hook at the end of it. Oftentimes, depending on the type of car, depending on the type of door you're opening, it'll have a different little clip. And then pretty much you find the cable and you just pull it up. It would probably be a little slow to learn this for your car, but this guy's probably done it a couple of times on this car and just knows where it is. So it's really not that hard. I'd also like to try it someday. You can make these really easily out of hacksaw blades, because it's just pretty simple. What'd you say?
Measuring tapes.
Actually, yes, measuring tapes are also pretty popular. Yeah. Jim's extensive past life as a career criminal. Yeah. So I think this is how most people will do that. Yeah. Oh, weird. All right, and then the last thing that is pretty cool are bump keys. These will really make you feel kind of sad about life. And make you feel a little afraid in your apartment. I'll explain what they are after.
This bump key I made from just some blanks I got from Walmart. And bought a few of them. So all I did was file them down where the pins drop in to the lowest point. And I'm gonna try it out right now on my doors. There's a devil and just a regular one. Behind that, that's locked too, so we'll test it out, see if I can open up all four.
And that's right. Top.
He's not even doing it to like pass his way out.
I know, yeah. I just like this one because he was using hair brush. I thought that was great. But pretty much a bump key, and maybe Charlie can explain this a little bit better. But it has all of the idea is it kind of uniformly, when you smack it, pushes all the tumblers up at once, and then because you have a little bit of tension on it, when they all go past where they're supposed to go past and they fall down, they open up the shear line so you can rotate the lock. So in this case, he was putting it almost all the way in so that you got past most of the tumblers, and then that way you almost think like every individual tumbler is right in front of one of those teeth. Then you smack it with a hammer, and then it pushes all of the pins up, and then when they fall down, you're able to open the lock. So yeah, that's usually the fastest way to do it. The downside of this is each bump key usually has to be made for a specific lock almost, because if they don't fit, or like just like when you go in and fit keys in a door, like you actually have to have the key that could possibly be fit for that door. So like if the key is an actual blank, or it could have been a blank for the same door, you can make a bump key out of that. So oftentimes they'll sell like just kits of like 30 bump keys, and you just kind of have a gigantic keychain, not looking really suspicious at all. You walk up to a door and you just wait and wait and wait until you find the correct one, and then you have a bump key.
Nearly all home keys are the same. So.
Yeah, they're like all the same company, or the same two companies. So like 3 keys you can get your way.
And also, if you get a proper sized O-ring, like you saw the guy, like he was wasting his time, but like you have to reset it and pull it out. If you have an O-ring that's like slightly elastic, you just put that in between it, and then you just keep hitting it, and it'll reset automatically.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like a little cushion so you can just.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, it undercuts your faith in blocks a lot, but it's still kind of fun. Yeah, and then, melting, this is also a great way. I've never done this, I'd love to do this sometime. You can also just melt it off.
Wait, you never made thermite to do this?
I've never used an acetylene torch. So this is a propane or acetylene torch. Yeah, you can take and you can like
Yeah.
cool, as he was saying, thermite on it,
Yeah.
and just melt through it. You can take and you can, do this and just heat it up. Oftentimes this has the side effect of destroying what was ever locked up, so it's not as useful, but in this case it looks like it's attached to concrete, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, so, any questions or stuff that I can maybe answer as far as other things? I don't know. I thought the videos were a great way of showing this because I would have no idea how to like gesticulate to answer things. But any other questions or stuff you'd like to know before we go and try it? Wow.
What was the?
Have you ever,
Yours, yeah.
have you ever practically used, lockpicking skills to like save the day?
I was bored and got into my physics teacher's room, so yes. I also have broken into a couple of different like random safes and stuff just for fun. I don't think that, I've done it on a house door a couple of times, but no, I like generally, I'm picking my own locks.
So saving children from burning houses by lockpicking?
Well, because it's like, I don't know, like you break a window if you do
Yeah.
that, like, I don't know, so, but yeah. Anything else?
Answered my question.
What just, oh, okay. Yeah. All right, so, if you guys want to come sit around the table, I will show you what I brought, and we can take turns trying to hack it. But you will all have to get close because I don't really have a document camera with me. I guess I could try, but, it wouldn't be as fun as just going down and trying it, so.
Oh, that works pretty well.
I don't have the document camera work.
Yeah, no.
It's one button and it works.
Well, no, I don't think it's high enough resolution that it makes sense to do it that way.
Oh, it's a clear lock?
Oh, you
Yeah,
should put it
it's
down.
clear so you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
You can go do it on the door.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, that was get up and come down if you'd like to try.
Wait, is there a door nearby that has a lock?
Yeah, that's actually a big button.